Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. Previous week we talked about the fourth jhana. In the fourth jhana in Abhidhamma model. It is important to know that Abhidhamma use complete model, I think, comprehensive, a complete one. The fifth jhana, right? Five jhana model. So that the treasures of five jhana model can be found in the suttas. So, but Abhidhamma use it the most complete form, complete and comprehensive one. So for that reason, actually Abhidhamma will use both methods, not only the fourth jhana model, but as well as the fifth jhana one. So fourth jhana, this one is Abhidhamma model, wholesome consciousness, together with pleasure, sukha, and one-pointedness. The moment one attains the fourth jhana is together with pleasure and one-pointedness. But when you look at descriptions that talk about the third jhana in the suttas, mention that not only pleasure, but also equanimity. I mention this because last week after the class, one student approached me and asking me, Bhante, pleasure, sukha, and equanimity, upekkha, are they opposite in terms of characteristics? Yeah, it's a very good point. It's a good point, right? Sukha, pleasure, equanimity, they have, actually, normally they don't have a similar, characteristics. So sukha normally enjoy, equanimity do not. So equanimity normally, do not look at whether it is pleasure or pain, right? So sukha, look at the pleasure. So actually it's very good point, right? Good point. So but when we look at the Abhidhamma model, even the fourth jhana, there's no equanimity. No equanimity. But you can find only in the fifth jhana, in the Abhidhamma model, right? You got the point? Interesting, right? Interesting. So actually, last week, that I can give only with the example that came to my mind last week. I give, normal example. Normally, when somebody became very rich, maybe last year, he tried hard. And he accumulated a lot of money. He can make a lot of money, become rich. The moment you become rich, you are proud of yourself, and you want to show off how rich you are, right? By way of spending money for clothing, for car, for houses, etc. And also, you are excited for seeing a lot of money, in your bank account. Then, after a few years of experience as a rich man, then he began to stable, no more showing off. He don't care about the clothing, expensive clothing or branded clothing, and also expensive car. He just wear the normal clothing and also normal car. No more excitement, right? No more excitement. It became, how to say, he is used to in his rich life, right? Rich life. Similarly, when somebody attain, the third jhana according to Sutta model, the fourth jhana according to Abhidhamma model, together with pleasure or sukha, at the same time, as you train your mind to attain the fourth jhana by using 5 kinds of mastery, right? You are clever in the fourth jhana, and you don't have no more excitement, because the more you enter the fourth jhana, the more your mind becomes stable, and also begin to see the danger of pleasure. The moment you see the danger of pleasure, then equanimity comes in. So according to Sutta model, third jhana, together with, we can say that the 3 jhana factors. By Bdmv model, you can see only 2 jhana factors, right? Sukha and upekkha. But in the Sutta model, you can see 3, Then sukha, pleasure, equanimity, as well as one-pointedness, 3 jhana factors. So just like that, somebody who became stable in his life, So no more showing off, no more using branded clothing, etc., right? Etc. Become stable. Just like that, when somebody enter the fourth jhana again and again, by training, by using 5 kinds of mastery, and he have more stillness, and also he began to see the danger of pleasure. If you cannot maintain stillness in the fourth jhana, then it can pleasure where trying to, pleasure and rapture are close friends. They are close friends. So in the third jhana, so you will not know the nature of piti and the nature of pleasure clearly. By closely associating with the piti, sukha may bring back the mind to the third jhana, because you begin to see the danger of sukha, pleasure. If the sukha associate with piti again, then you will drop from the fourth jhana. Then you will drop to the third jhana. So therefore, as somebody practice the fourth jhana, then he began to see the danger of pleasure or sukha. By that time, maybe we can find the traces of equanimity. For that reason, the Sutta say in the third jhana, Sutta model, together with equanimity. Right? Equanimity. A very subtle one. Because equanimity makes you stable in your life. Normally, we will encounter pleasant things and unpleasant things in our life, right? So as a normal people, so when you face unpleasant experience in your life, difficulties and problems in your life, then you are not stable, right? You are not stable. You are agitated. You feel angry and frustrated. So your mind is not stable. When you encounter pleasant things in your life, good things in your life, then your mind is excited, right? With the lobha. Your mind is not stable. But the moment you can practice equanimity, you no longer care about whether good or pleasant or unpleasant experience. It doesn't matter. You just face it. You're trying to maintain balance of your mind, not to be shaken because of pleasant and unpleasant experience in your life. That's called equanimity, right? So equanimity makes you stable and tranquil and more concentration. So because of that, when meditator aware the danger of pleasure, so he worried that the pleasure and pieties are close friends when they associate. When meditator do not practice meditation quite well, then pleasure will have associate with the pity again. Then you cannot enter the full jhana. So for that reason, so you want to have more stillness in your mind, more concentration in your mind. So therefore, pleasure is a turn to go to the next level, to go to the fifth jhana. So the nature is you have to overcome the gross jhana factors, right? If you want to go to the next level. So here is the Buddha said that pleasure is a turn to go to the next level. That means the fifth jhana. So here today we'll talk about the fifth jhana in Abhidhamma model and the fourth jhana in Sutta model, right? The fifth jhana, wholesome consciousness, together with equanimity and one-pointedness. So as I earlier said that equanimity makes you more stable, more tranquil, more serene, right? The more you have a stillness in your mind, the more you see the nature of mind and matter clearer. Actually, jhanas is a samatha. Jhana is samatha. It's important to know. Because one student asked me a question, maybe I will answer after we talk about the fifth jhana. Relevant question. So here, the fifth jhana in Abhidhamma model is the fourth jhana in the Sutta model. What the Buddha talk about the fourth jhana in the suttas, then the Buddha said that in and out breathing is a turn to the fourth jhana. In another sutta, the Buddha said that for one who has attained the fourth jhana, in breathing and out breathing have ceased. When you still have breathing, when you are still breathing, that means you cannot go to the fourth jhana. You cannot go to the fifth jhana in Abhidhamma model. So actually in many suttas, the Buddha stated that. So it is quite interesting, it's quite interesting. I think medical science will say that when you stop breathing, you die, right? Normally. But we can say the Buddhist psychology, right? Buddhist psychology, no, you cannot die. Normally, experienced meditator, and then experienced meditation masters. So when meditator reach to this level, they will tell you, can you stop your breathing? Can you stop your breathing? They will ask you. They will ask you to do. Because most of the time, meditators are afraid to stop their breathing. One time, meditator from American meditator who is working with a computer analysis. So she meditate. Then when she is going in, before she enter the full jhana, then breathing is getting softer and softer. Sometimes no breathing. Then she worried that if she stop breathing, it will destroy her memory, her brain. Because of that, she trying to make more effort to breathe, to breathe. So then, when she go to meditation master, she talk about her experience. The meditation master tell her, just stop breathing. It will not happen anything. It will not happen anything. Just stop it. Then she did. Then she able to enter the full jhana. So this is a very important one. In Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha said that when you go to higher level, higher point of meditation, so you need to tranquilize your breathing. Tranquilize your breathing. The more you go to deeper level of concentration, the more you're breathing, softer and softer. Ultimately, no more breathing. No more breathing. We call it Pasampayan Kaya Sankara. Pasampayan Kaya Sankara. Tranquilizing your in-breath and out-breath. In-breath and out-breath. Because in deeper level, you don't need to use a lot of energy. So therefore, you don't need to breathe, right? You don't need to breathe. You can look at example of people who have a lot of worry. They need to use a lot of energy, by taking a deep breath, deep breathing, like that, right? How about when you're angry, Your breathing is not normal, right? You need to use a lot of energy. It consumes a lot of energy. In meditation, the more you go to deeper level of concentration, and the more, the lesser you use your energy. So when you reach to the fourth jhana, in and out breathing, totally stop. Totally stop. If you still have breathing, you cannot enter the full jhana because it distracts your concentration. Right? You will not die. You will not die. So for that, last week I got message from one of my students talking his meditation experience. So I will invite him to explain because there are some usage that I do not understand. I will let him talk. Please listen a little bit. Good, Mr. Stephen.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody.
Can you give other microphone? Sometimes I need to point out.
Good afternoon, everybody. Last week I was having my regular meditation, which I do every day, and I had a Fitbit watch, this one, and this Fitbit watch can measure your sleep, can measure your oxygen intake, and a lot of other things. So I went to look at the graph in the software, and then I detected that the oxygen intake during the time when I was meditating is a straight line. Normally, you see this in a movie when you straight line means the fellow has died, for brain and for heart. But this measurement is a straight line. So I was very strange. So I went to do some study, and then I postulate that this straight line during the part when I was meditating is due to when my mind is very tranquil. That means my breath is very, very slow and blissful. Because I know it, I experience it every day during my sitting meditation. So I went to dig a little bit further. Fitbit developer actually, Fitbit is the name of the watch. Fitbit developer actually trying to measure our blood oxygen saturation by using what they call estimated oxygen variation. So unfortunately, I can't show it here, but I screen printed the screen, and then I showed to Bhante, and I also share with my meditation group. My normal sleeping, you can see the graph fluctuate, like you can see in the ECG. But the time when I was meditating during this period, it was a straight line. So I shared it with my group and also with Bhante. The reason is to show that science nowadays can measure our tranquility. That means can measure when your mind is very, very calm. And first of all, I postulate that at that point in time, because this software measure our mind activity while we are sleeping. So when you sleep, we dream, we go into light sleep, and we go into deep sleep. When we go into deep sleep, like what in Abhidhamma term, we are in the Bhavanga. That means we are not conscious, but our mental activity is very flat. But when you are meditating and then you reach a very blissful state, it's just like Bhavanga, but except that you are aware. So that's the first thing I note. Second thing I note that the oxygen intake is actually very minimal when your mind is very calm. So I can say that at least with now the new technology, it will show us that when your mind is very calm, there's a lot of health benefits. So there's one way of encouraging yourself to meditate more.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And yes, thank you, Mr. Stephen. And you see that, you can also see this one, right? Later I will give, maybe if he permit, then I will send it to you. And normally, when we are sleeping, then our, we use less energy, right? Less energy. So therefore, what you call saturation, right? Saturation is very flat. You can see like this, right? Like this. Similarly, when you are meditating very well, when you are especially in jhana, like that, it's flat line. So we meditate. So his, the measurement of the blood or maybe breathing, even, straight line, straighter than when he is sleeping, Of course, when we are sleeping, we use less energy than our, how you call it, saturation, right? Oxygen saturation is very flat, almost flat, right? But a little bit of, same line. But the moment he meditates quite well, then he can see the flat. So that means the mind is tranquil. So he doesn't need to use so much energy. Even he doesn't need to breathe, right? Breathe. breathing will shake your blood circulation, right? Blood circulation like that. So here at the middle, waking state, right? So no flat line is shaking, right? Shaking. That's a normal case. So when we are sleeping without any dream, full sleep, then flat line. But when you are doing meditation, especially in jhana, of course, even you do not attain jhana, the moment your mind is stable, that we call it samadhi, concentration, or stillness. So it became flat line, right? Straight line. So nowadays, even the science can detect, your mind, status of your mind. Okay, so for that reason, the moment you are going to attain the fourth jhana in Sutta mode, or the fifth jhana in Abhidhamma mode, the moment you enter the fourth jhana, no more breathing. You don't need to breathe. If you stay breathing, it distracts your concentration. So for that reason, we encourage the first meditator. So you can, if you cannot aware your in-breath and out-breath, trying to make more effort to do, deep breathing. But when you go to a deeper level, your breathing must be more and more tranquilized, more and more softer, right? Ultimately, when you go to the fourth jhana in Sutta mode, no more breathing. So in the Sutta, so this is the fourth jhana according to Sutta mode, and the fifth jhana according to Abhidhamma mode, right? Is what the Buddha taught, no? What the Buddha taught. With the abandoning of pleasure and pain. So when you want to attain the fourth jhana, so you need to abandon all your pleasure and all your pain. No more. You need to abandon all these one. So therefore, when you enter the fourth jhana in Abhidhamma mode, or third jhana in Sutta mode, you begin to see the danger of pleasure, right? Sukha. So now you trying to abandon it. With the previous passing away of joy and dejection, so you don't have any joy or any dejection. You can see that, as I earlier said, example of a person who no longer pay attention to pleasant or unpleasant experience, right? Become stable. The mind becomes stable. So you don't have any excitement when you are encountering pleasant things or unpleasant things. You just do your walk, right? You just do your walk. So this is the nature of equanimity, upekkha. With the previous passing away of joy and dejection, no more joy, no more dejection. So therefore, when we talk about the nature of an arahant, in the suttas, the sutta will say that arahant, if they encounter pleasant things, no joy. And when they encounter pleasant things in their life, no more dejection or anger. Then their mind is tranquil. Whether they meet pleasant people or unpleasant people, it doesn't matter. They will do their job, right? They will do their job. But normal people, So when they encounter pleasant people, excited, too much excitement. So I heard that American singer, very famous American singer, will come to Singapore. Tickets are very expensive. I heard in the news that Singaporean young people are excited. Even to get a ticket. That's normal people, right? Normal people. So those young people normally, when they encounter with a good thing in their life, feel excited. Their mind is not stable. When people who do not get the ticket, feel angry and irritated, So that's normal way of people, right? Normal way of people. Because of that, their mind is not stable. But arahant, you can practice like an arahant, actually for a few moments, few moments. So whether you get a ticket or you don't get a ticket, it doesn't matter, Your mind is stable, Not easy, of course, not easy. So here, the nature of equanimity, You don't care about whether pleasant or unpleasant things, pain or pleasure, it doesn't matter. You just focus on meditation object. Then only you will attain the fourth jhana in Sutta Mode. He enters and dwells in the fourth jhana, neither painful nor pleasant. Actually, the Buddha emphasized, the nature of equanimity because it's important. Equanimity makes you stable, calm. And even breathing will distract your concentration, stillness. So for that reason, you ignore breathing. So breathing totally stop. He enter and dwell the fourth jhana, neither painful nor pleasant, which has purification of mindfulness by equanimity. So this one was very important. So your mindfulness is pure. Your awareness is pure because of equanimity. So if you are still paying attention to pleasure, your mindfulness is not pure, until this level. So equanimity means abandoning pleasure and pain. You just focus on what you are doing. So here, meditator is taking meditation object, nimitta, right? Nimitta, bright mind. So purification of mindfulness by equanimity. In our normal life also, when you can practice equanimity, then our awareness, our mind become pure, If we are paying attention to much things like pleasure and pain, the mind is not stable, agitating. So that's the reason why meditation will help you not only your mental health, but also physical one, right? Physical one. He sits, suffusing his body with the pure bright mind. We call it nimitta, right? Nimitta. So that there is no part of his entire body not suffused or not touched by a pure bright mind. So that's what we call it nimitta. So that nimitta or bright mind is suffusing or touching the whole body. You no longer pay attention to pleasure or pain. So piti cannot even approach near you, near your mind. So because your equanimity is very strong. So equanimity makes your mind stable and tranquil. So then breathing totally stop. So at this moment, there's only two jhana factors. One pointedness, then equanimity. That is the fourth jhana in Sutta model, the fifth jhana in the Abhidhamma model. Abhidhamma model. Okay, any question? Maybe later, maybe, yeah. Okay, any question? No question, okay, you can ask, yeah. Maybe one question.
Bhante actually got 3 questions.
Okay.
First question is that just now you mentioned the jhana factors. How do we know as a meditator that piti and sukha arise? Blissful feeling we can feel. You can feel that your breath is very tranquil and then it's very peaceful, like in cloud nine, like that, you know. But you mentioned the specific factor in jhana, like rapture, joy, or which is actually a feeling, and also sukha, which is pleasurable. So how do you know that? How do we know that that is piti or that is sukha or that is just a general blissfulness?
Piti, the nature of excitement, and sukha is a stable pleasure. So actually, they are closely related to each other. The nature of pleasure is more prominent in the fourth jhana. So piti, we call it rapture or joy. Normally, when you experience, we call it meditative bliss. Meditative bliss means your mind is tranquil, no more shaking. So your mind just pay attention to either breathe in breath and out breath, or either nimitta or bright light. You see the cloud, right?
Not see the cloud, but you feel as if you are very light, floating.
Yeah, that is the nature of piti, yeah. Floating and
like
you became lighter, right?
Yes.
Lighter.
Yes.
You became lighter. That's the nature of piti. So earlier we talked about 5 type of piti, right? So piti make you float or feel lighter, even levitate, right? Even levitate. That's the nature of piti. The pleasure is stable, and you, the moment those floating, levitating, and the light, the light of the body, you became lighter and lighter. So that's the nature of piti. Then, if you pay attention to all these experiences, piti will be obvious. But the moment you practice, the more your mind is stabler and more concentration. Then you realize that if you pay attention to like a floating, levitating, or this one, then you cannot get sukha or pleasure. Only you can overcome that. Then you experience pleasure. Actually, when the Buddha talk about pleasure or sukha, the Buddha said that it suffused not only in the mind but also the body, the whole body. So you can experience with the body, especially sukha or pleasure.
Okay, second question, in what ways are the jhana stages relate to the stages in the enlightenment stages like Sotapanna, Sakadagamin, Aragamin, and Arahatship?
Okay. In the enlightenment, we have a 4 stages, as you all know, right? Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant. And some people normally think that they can be equated with 4 jhana. It's not so. It's not so, because the 4 jhana are samatha, samatha, stillness of the mind, stillness of the mind. So you cannot attain enlightenment just practicing samatha. So you need to use stillness, samatha, as a basis. Then you trying to incline your mind to know the nature of your mental and physical phenomena, your mind and your physical phenomena. So how they arise, how they disappear, how piti arise, how it disappear, how sukha arise, how it disappear. And you're trying to know a physical phenomena by that time, how those physical phenomena in your body arises, how they disappear. That is vipassana. Only you see that vipassana, only you practice vipassana, you can attain enlightenment. You can become Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant. So samatha or jhana is just the basis, or a tool to use, just a tool to see the nature of your mind and matter, nama rupa. Only you see the real nature of your mind and matter. So that means how they arise, how they disappear, right? Then only you have enlightenment or wisdom, or understanding the truth. That's called enlightenment. So they are related, but we cannot equate them each other. Okay.
Third question is, what are the indicators of Sotapanna? I mean, in the jhana stage, you have the 5 factors, but in Sotapanna, it's said that you have 7 more lives, but for a meditator or for a person, how do he knows that he has actually achieved Sotapanna?
Okay, we'll talk about it next lesson, because we will go there. We'll go there. Okay, because we are talking about Sotapanna later part. Okay, any question? Okay, no more question. Then now we finish Rupa Vachara Chetas. We call it 5 material consciousness. So we have 5 jhanas according to Abhidhamma. The first, second, third, fourth, and 5th jhana. And we have 5 wholesome consciousness, we have 5 resultant consciousness, we have 5 functional consciousness. Altogether, 50, became 50, right? Altogether 50. Page number 55, right? 55. As we have studied that, Arahant, when Arahant enter one of these jhana, we call it functional consciousness, right? Kriya Chetas. And Buddhojana, Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, when they enter these jhana, we call it wholesome consciousness, kusala. But we have 5 vipaka chetas, 5 vipaka chetas. So these chetas have only 3 functions, And rebirth linking function. The moment you have a rebirth in the Brahma, Rupa Brahma realm. And next one is Bhavanga function. The moment you become Brahma, Rupa Brahma, by that time you have a lot of Bhavanga Cheta, right? Bhavanga Cheta. Another one, death function. The moment you die as a Brahma. So these Vipaka Cheta will do their own function. So that therefore, 4 Rupa Vipaka Chetas arises only in the Brahma realm. Not here, not in the heavenly realm, only in the Rupa realm. Okay. So now let's talk about 12 Arupa Vajra Chetas. Arupa Vajra Cheta, immaterial sphere consciousness. Immaterial sphere consciousness. So 12 Arupa Chetas frequently move about in the 4 planes, in the 4 Arupa planes. 4 planes. We call it Arupa, immaterial. The reason is these chetas can be attained by using formless meditation object, such as the infinity of space. Your meditation object is infinity of space and the infinity of consciousness, not a rupa, not a material phenomena. So later you will understand clearer. Your meditation object must not be matter, rupa. So it must be formless meditation object, like a space. Space is formless. Space is formless. And consciousness is formless, not a rupa, right? So therefore, we call it arupa, immaterial. So here, we will have a 4 kusala cheta, arupa vajra kusala cheta, and 4 vipaka cheta, and 4 kriya cheta. Altogether 12, right? Altogether 12. For Arahant and the Buddha and Pachika Buddha, kriya chetas. So when they enter arupa jhana, we call it kriya chetas. But when Puthojana, Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, then kusala. And 4 vipaka cheta arises in the arupa Brahma realm. The moment you have a rebirth there, the moment you are staying there, the moment you die there. So those 4 arupa vipaka cheta will do their function, right? They do their function. So here, Hosan Cheta will rise in the worldling and trainees. And Vipaka Cheta will rise only in the immaterial realm, and functional Cheta will are experienced only by Arahant and the Buddhas and Pachika Buddha, right? Pachika Buddhas. So here, let's talk about Kusala Chetas, 4 Kusala Chetas. Number 1, wholesome consciousness pertaining to the base of infinite space. Infinite space. So later you will know what is infinite space. Huh? Then second one is wholesome consciousness pertaining to the base of infinite space. So that means your meditation object is consciousness, second jhana. We call it second jhana. And third one is nothingness. Nothingness. Here, nothingness is not like emptiness. Later we'll talk about it. You will know it. And the last one, neither perception nor non-perception. Neither perception or non-perception. So these are the 4 kusala chetas, arupa kusala chetas. And we will have 4 resultant chetas and 4 functional chetas, altogether 12, right? You look at page number 64. 64. These are the 12 arupa vajra chetas, arupa chetas. 1, the base of infinite space. 2, the base of infinite consciousness. 3, the base of nothingness. 4, the base of neither perception or non-perception. So here Bhikkhu Bodhi mentioned. So here we have 4 wholesome chaitas, 4 resultant chaitas, and 4 functional chaitas. And this one, yeah? 4 kusala, 4 vipaka, 4 kriya, right? So the first jhana, the first arupa jhana, directed object means meditation object, the concept of space. In second jhana, concept of consciousness of infinite space. In second jhana, your meditation object is consciousness. So that consciousness, when the consciousness that know infinite space. And number 3, the concept of non-existence. Non-existence of the first jhana. Later we'll explain. And the fourth one, the concept of non-existence. The concept of the concept of nothingness. So when you go to the fourth jhana, arupa jhana, your meditation object is, so here, consciousness of nothingness. So when you want to attain the first jhana, you need to transcend or overcome concept of kasina. Later, I think better. Later you will know it. Then when you want to attain second jhana, you need to transcend concept of space. Then and the third jhana, you need to transcend consciousness of infinite space. And the fourth jhana, you need to transcend or overcome the concept of non-existence. So these are the 12 arupa vachara chaitas. We'll study in details. Jhana factors in immaterial sphere chaitas. So when you look at arupa chaitas, you will not see what are the jhana factors, right? What are the jhana factors? Immaterial sphere jhanas are the fifth jhana in the Abhidhamma model, because they are together with equanimity and one-pointedness. Jhana factors. So which are the jhana factors of the fifth jhana? So the fifth jhana in rupa chaita, right? The fifth jhana in rupa chaitas, so only 2 jhana factors, equanimity and one-pointedness. Here also in arupa jhanas, you have only 2 jhana factors, equanimity, one-pointedness. So jhana factor is no change, the same. But the degree of upekkha getting softer and softer. The degree of one-pointedness getting more and more powerful. More and powerful. So, equanimity important. The more you can tranquilize, you are equanimous feeling, then you can go higher arupa jhana. So that means equanimity in the fifth rupa jhana chaitas and equanimity in the first arupa jhana, not the same. Equanimity in the first arupa jhana chaitas is getting tranquilized, getting softer, settler. So therefore, even though they are the same jhana factors, but the degree will be different. One point is, in the arupa, is more powerful, right? More stable. Because I think people have some, I think that very, how to say, negative opinion about arupa chetas. People have a negative opinion normally. No, actually it's not like that. Not like that. They are very good. They are very good, you know. But of course, when you want to attain enlightenment, you don't need to go. You don't need to go up to arupa jhana state. So you can practice vipassana even after you emerge from the first jhana, rupa jhanas, you know, rupa jhanas. Even the Buddha trying to attain the fifth jhana, the fifth rupa jhana. Then he emerged from the fifth, according to Sutta, the fourth jhana. He emerged from the fourth jhana. He trying to incline his mind to know his previous path, right? And the life of other beings. So that means the Buddha used the fourth rupa jhana, according to Sutta More, right? Sutta More. So therefore, many people have a negative opinion about arupa jhana. It's not like that. It's not like that. The Buddha said that you can practice vipassana, emerging from the first arupa jhana, second arupa jhana, and the third arupa jhana. You can still practice vipassana. Of course, that will be more powerful. More powerful. It is the way Venerable Sariputta do that. May not be easy. You know, Venerable Sariputta he like to investigate the nature of the mind. He left to investigate the nature of the mind. Therefore, Abhidhamma came into existence, right? It based on Venerable Sariputta. And he became an arahant, arahant by entering jhana one after another. You can see in Anupada Sutta and Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta number 111. Anupada Sutta, very interesting. That is, in that Sutta we can find how Venerable Sariputta attained enlightenment, especially becoming arahant. So that means you can practice vipassana up to the third jhana, the third arupa jhana. But when you enter the fourth arupa jhana, you cannot practice vipassana because the mind is so settled that it's too difficult to detach, you know. Very difficult to detach, you know. So therefore, if the mind is so soft, then you cannot analyze your mind, you know. So that means you cannot investigate the nature of your mind. Because of that, the Buddha said that you cannot practice vipassana after emerging from the fourth jhana, the fourth arupa jhana. It doesn't mean arupa jhanas are not good. They are very good. Very good, right? Especially when you want to perform supernatural power, you know, then you need to, especially when you want to go to cessation attainment, then you need to practice arupa jhana. Cessation attainment means all your consciousness, all your Cetasika, mental factors, totally cease, stop. No more mind, no more mind. And also, no physical phenomena that arises based on the mind. So that means I'm talking. So that, that sound comes from the mind, because of the mind. My hands are shaking, their body language are shaking because of the mind. So that means the moment you enter cessation attainment, then you no longer have any bodily activities because the mind is totally stopped, no more mind. What you have is only material phenomena, physical phenomena that arises because of your previous karma. Because of your previous karma. Your body will stay sitting down, no more moving, no more moving. Even many people make you a lot of noise, no more moving. Will not hear anything, right? It's called cessation attainment. So when you enter cessation attainment, you need to practice arupa. Okay, so only two jhana factors in arupa cetas, equanimity and one-pointedness. To attain immaterial sphere jhana, one has to practice meditation by using 9 kasina meditation objects. We have 10 kasina meditation objects. So then you cannot practice space kasina meditation object if you want to attain arupa jhana. So you can practice, you can use other 9, kasina meditation object. Okay, I think up to now, some of you may not know what is kasina. So we have a 10 type of kasina meditation object. One, the kasina, the what you are walking, walking. Then the water kasina, you can look at the water. And the fire kasina, you can look at the fire. You can practice meditation by looking at the fire. Then the air kasina, you can practice meditation by experiencing air to your body. The air is striking. Or you can look at the bushes, especially the bamboo, bamboo trees. They are moving because of the wind, like that. The air kasina. So later, I think when we are going to the last chapter, we'll study. We'll see how many people were able to persist the last chapter. Or another way is if you don't want to attend a Abhidhamma course until the end, you can come to Sutta class. Under the meditation, I will teach in more detail by using the suttas. Then another one is blue kasina. You practice by looking at blue color, then yellow color, red color, and white color. So these 4 are called kala kasina. So simply you use blue color. And you can practice by looking at the flowers, right? Flowers. You go to the flower dome and look at the flower. Just look at the flower. Just pay attention to the blue color, Then you can attain the jhana, arupa jhana. Even the flower, you go to the orchid, orchid garden. Orchid is not a blue, it is oh no, cannot practice, Orchid is not a blue, not a blue color. Red color, you can look at the red color flower and white color flower, etc. Okay, so the 9 is the space kasina. So you don't need to practice, you cannot practice, you cannot use this space kasina object. And number 10 is the light kasina, the light. Electric light, etc. You know, the light comes from window, you know, like that. So actually, they are interesting. So you can find in all these one in Visuddhimagga. All these meditation methods you can find in Visuddhimagga. So if you want to attain arupa jhanas, you need to use 9 kasina meditation object. You don't need to, you cannot use this one, space kasina. Other than that, you can use other kasina meditation object. Okay, so I will give you here, clearer. You can practice kasina meditation in your room, you know. You can see that, the guy, you know. You trying to make a sake object and you trying to use yellow color, then you put it on your wall, right? In your wall. Just looking at that yellow color kasina, then you can attain arupa jhana. Okay, so kasina means whole or totality in English. It means you have to look at the whole meditation object. That's called kasina. Not only one part. So here you can see yellow color kasina, right? Yellow color kasina. You print that yellow, how to say, sake one with the black color boundary, right? But inside is a yellow color. So you have to look at the whole sake object, not only one part. So if you're looking at only one part, it's not a kasina. Kasina means whole or totality. You have to look at the whole sake. If you're looking at one part, it's not a kasina. Kasina means whole, the whole kasina object. Meditator has to see the whole object of meditation, not partially. But here I think I got this picture from internet. Actually, meditator is body is not straight. Not good. It's not good. You know, he cannot sit down for a long time. He will fall asleep. You know, But the body must be how do you say, keep upright. No. Keep upright. Then only meditation will be how to say, alert and also will not be fall asleep. So here what I want to say, kasina means whole. So meditator need to look at the whole meditation object. So here our meditation object is yellow color kasina. Yellow color object. No? Okay. That's kasina. The kasina are disc representing element. It can be element, it can be colors. Used as a object of samadhi meditation. Element means the earth element, water element, right? You can look at the water. When you are living in condominium, you have a pool, right? Or swimming pool in your condominium. You can look at the water in the swimming pool, you know. There is a boundary, right? If there are people in the swimming pool, you cannot practice. It will distract, right? And then there's no people. The environment is quiet, nobody around. Then you sit down on your balcony, then look at the swimming pool, the water in the swimming pool. But that is for experience one. If you do not experience this type of meditation in your past life or this life. You cannot do that. Not easy to do, not easy to do. But when you practice this type of kasina meditation in your past life or in this life, you can look at the water in the swimming pool. Just looking at the water in the swimming pool. Water, water, water. When your mind go away, bring your mind to the water in the swimming pool. That's meditation, you know. It's not joke, it's real. You can. So as I just giving the example, right? The moment you look at the water in the swimming pool, you have to look at the whole, you know, the whole water. If the swimming pool is sake one, easier, you know. If swimming pool is like a rectangular, may not be good, you know. It's not good. Yeah, the eye cannot, you know. So therefore, but sand swimming pool is small and wide, right? Small and wide, like that. So here, element me, it can be the element, water element, air element, right? And also color, we have 4 colors, right? 4 colors. For example, the earth element is a disc filled with the reddish brown clay. Reddish brown clay. In other words, don't color clay, right? Don't color clay. So the water kasina is a bowl of water. A bowl of water. So you prepare a bowl of water. Then just look at the water in the bowl. You know? It must be a sake one. If you use maybe 10 feet, 10 feet wide, or not 10 feet, 10 inches, sorry. No, 10 feet is too wide, you know. I mean 10 inches, or maybe 1 feet. Then you can use water bowl. Just look at there, you know. The color kasina are color disc, as I earlier said that, right? Then here I will give you the example, the kasina meditation, you know. Just look at brown color. Is it brown color? Wow. It's not very clear, you know. My computer very clear. Maybe, I don't know why. Sorry? Because of that length, right? And then just visualize it is a brown color sake, you know, brown color sake. So you can practice by looking at this one, you know, looking at this one. So don't pay attention to black color, but you have to look at the whole kasina object. Don't look at only one part, this part, or that part. You have to look at the whole, you know, sake object. That's called kasina. Kasina means whole, right? The whole meditation object. Then, when you're looking at this one, you need to recite in your mind the earth, nice, you know. You can recite in Chinese or in English, in Pali, any language. You can use any language. Okay, so I have written down how to practice. So the first one is Patwi Kasina. Actually, I will show you only Patwi Kasina because if I'm teaching all the meditation method, cannot finish the first chapter, you know. So those who want to know, you can look at Visuddhimagga, chapter 4, parat number 24 to 26. That is Patwi Kasina. Then I think after my explanation, you can go to Visuddhimagga. Easier for you, and you will know more details. Patwi Kasina, in English, earth. make a disc or device or circuit, whatever you call it. So you make a disc on a wooden plate or on a leather or a cloth filled with reddish brown clay. Reddish brown clay. It must be around 9 or 10 inches in diameter, because if it is too big, you cannot look at, right? If it is too small, then your eye will be suffering, no? Suffering. You cannot see small one. Must be around 9 or 10 inches. So that means you find a wooden plate or a leather or a cloth, and you try to use reddish brown color clay, and you made it sake one. You use brown color, put it there, and try to make it nicely, nicely. And you need to make a, how to say, the surface of the clay should be made as smooth as possible. So by using your hand, then you put all the reddish brown color clay on the cloth or on the leather, etc. And make it a sake one. Make it sake one. Then after doing that, you need to put it in front of you. You need to put it in front of you. Not too close or not too far. It should be 4 feet away. 4 feet away. So if you want to practice in your room, can. When you practice in one of the place, can. It should be a quiet place. Then you need to put a wooden plate or leather or cloth, and by using reddish brown color clay, must be 9 or 10 inches diameter. Then you need to put in front of your eye. In front of your eye, must be straight, very straight. Because if you put in a higher place, you have to look at like this. You cannot, you cannot. And if you put like this, cannot. You will fall asleep like that. So the thing is, must be straight, straight, as straight as possible. So you put in front of you, just 4 feet away, and sit down comfortably, keeping upper part of the body upright. The reason is, you need to have a awareness or alert in your body, right? That's the same with the other meditation object. But the thing is, you have to look at. You have to open your eye. You have to look at the whole of earth disk attentively with the full concentration. So, Patwikasina is in front of you. It's a sake one, sake one. Just look at it. Just look at it attentively. But don't stare at it like this with the open eye. If you are doing like this, you cannot see. You cannot progress. And also don't see with it like this. With this, close eye. No, cannot. Just a normal seeing. Normally, when you are, beautifying yourself in front of the mirror, right? You look at your body. Similarly, just look at the Akasina. Just look at it. Just look at it. Then you recite Patavi, 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 not verbally, mentally, in your mind. Also, of course, you can use Pavali a little bit, but if you are using Pavali all the time, it will destroy your meditation. Yeah? So better use it in mentally. That is the way we do meditation in Kasina meditation. Actually, we'll talk about it next week. Maybe any question right now? Okay, question over there. Because it's go continuously.
Hello, Bhante. I share with you the Kasina meditation. Is it to help us to see the nimitta?
Sorry?
The Kasina meditation, is it to help one to see the nimitta?
Of course, yes. Later, you will have a nimitta.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, first we need to look at physical one. Later, we close our eye. Then we look at that kasina, particular kasina, in our eye, in our mind. In our mind. Then ultimately, that became that particular kasina, physical one, will change in our mind. It became nimitta. Later, and then next week we'll talk about it.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry? Any question? Okay, if no question, then we have the announcement. Teacher Lily.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Just a short announcement. There's a talk coming up on this Monday, 17, by Sister Sylvia Bay. Some of them might know her. The title of the talk is Upekkha, Equanimity. 7:30 in this hall. Thank you.
Maybe later. So, Sylvia Bay is very famous Singaporean Dhamma speaker. Very good. So the topic she will talk also very good for you. She can clarify the topic very clearly. Mostly she used the suttas. I think it's good to attend. Upekkha, equanimity. The Buddha said, not the Buddha, one of the Buddhist scholar from England, Mr. John Picos, he said that equanimity is the closest term to Nibbana. If you want to know the bliss of Nibbana, you need to know equanimity. The mental state of equanimity. Nibbana is not in mind. Equanimity is the mind. So, if you do not reach status of equanimity, equanimous mind, you cannot attain Nibbana. So even here, right? Today we talk about the fifth jhana, equanimity. So the more you have equanimous mind, the more you are closer to Nibbana. So it's important to know about equanimity, and also it's good to practice in our daily life. Okay, so let's call it a day. Yo varatam bhavaro manu jesu sakyamuni bhagavakata kecho paragato bala vidya samangi dan sukatan saranata mupemi ragavi ragama ninjama sokan Dhamma ma sangatama patikulan Madura mimampa kunan suwipatan Dhamma miman saranatamu Yatta cha de nama apalamahu Chatusu sisu purisayugesu Attacha pogala dhammadasate Sangami mansaranata mupemi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.